What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I said I was gonna send this over the weekend, but I did get a little bit busy, so I'm making this video now after market close. This is just going to be an intro to order flow and an intro to liquidity. This is the main things that we see in the market. Order flow being just the direction that price is going, and liquidity being what we're basically targeting in that certain direction, right? So just to kind of go in depth here of what we're seeing, um, one thing that we know as traders is market targets liquidity. Plain and simple, if there's money in the market's going to go gather that market. This is how the market is moved. This is when the big players come into said market and look to basically drive price in a certain direction to get more money, right? That's the basis of anything. Um, One thing I do want to point out to you guys is liquidity, meaning lows and highs. Now, just by looking at these two lows here, now we know this is liquidity because we make a wick and price trades away, and then we take it out aggressively. Make a wick, price trades away, take it out aggressively. When I mean aggressively, we see more candles in that direction than we do wicks. So even here, we make a wick, price trades away, and we trade through it aggressively. So it looks like this, essentially, right? What we call this is a sweep of liquidity or a raid, price trading into liquidity, taking out liquidity. There's so many things you can call it, but we know that this liquidity was targeted for a certain reason. This is a 1 hour time frame, so we know that price is trading into these certain areas for a reason. How we can understand the move next off liquidity is let's go to the 5 minute, go back here. What we tend to see is when price takes liquidity, we tend to see a retrace, right? So if we're in a downtrend, making new lows, we tend to see price retrace up and then go lower, right? So notice how this kind of measures up to this. We make a low, we trade through it, and price comes back up as a retrace, right? Again, here we trade through, retrace. We see a low, price trades through, and I'll graph it here. We trade through, make another low, retrace. We trade this through this low, retrace back up. So we can understand that price, at some point after we take out a low or a high, we are going to retrace to target the next low, right? So with that being said, we now know that liquidity is the major target in the market. Now, how do we find this liquidity? Liquidity can be found in different ways. Asia session highs, lows, regular high, low, gaps in the market, right? This is the new week opening gap. We always see a gap that price tends to trade back into. If we change this to regular trading hours, we see this big gap. So we can analyze that we might see sales going into tomorrow to fill this gap, right? We never really see price not fill a gap in the market. So this is Friday's close to Monday's open back in March 7th and March 10th, right? This whole week was dedicated to filling this gap, which we did come Thursday, price action. Friday we made a gap between Thursday Friday, filled it. We still haven't traded into this gap here, but we can look to most likely see price fill it. That's kind of what we want to see. Now keep in mind, these gaps are only based off regular trading hours. If we go here to electronic, we then see Asia session, or see what basically price was doing in those areas, right? As if we were, trading higher to retest the gap and go into that direction. But just I just wanted to make this video for you guys so you can understand like what we're looking at when we see the market kind of build its way into things, right? So for example, going into tomorrow, we're still bullish, right? We don't want to go against whatever the market is doing in this case, so we are buying, but we do have sell side liquidity that price could look to target. We have the new opening gap that price could fill. We have equal lows that price could fill. Within the today's current trading, what transpired today, we have lows that price can target to fill. Right, all these three lows, we can even include Asia's lows for price to fill. So we could see price take out this high and kind of see something like this. We take out sell side liquidity and we trade higher. Now price doesn't have to do exactly that, but that's kind of the basis of what price action does. Now again, going back into it, let's just kind of go over what is happening if we're not in a clear trend, right? So here we make kind of a swing from these lows and this high. We make this a high and then a low. So we're looking pretty much between this area, and from here price in a sense moved sideways, but we were bullish and we are still remaining bullish and creating a new bullish trend to counteract what happened here. So let's kind of dive in a little bit and look at what price does when we take a low or a high, right? We take this low, notice how we trade through it and retrace higher just to come back down. If we take a high, we retrace to make another high. Same thing here. We make take out this high, trade through it aggressively, retrace, and then this, in sense, if we had more data, this is over the weekend or through the gap. I mean, then we would have had more data, but price obviously would have been trading higher. Come back to this side, we make a low. New low, retrace a little bit into this 15-minute fair value gap, and then make a new low down here. So that's how we understand, the basis of liquidity. Again, we do go more in depth with all of this in the mentorship. We, kind of pinpoint certain things so it can make sense to everybody, and you can start to really see how price is building in these markets. Right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, honestly, just leave them in the comment. Join our free Telegram. We will answer your questions. We will help you out. We will obviously leave certain things for paid members, but I mean, we're here to assist and guide you guys, right? Yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your trading week.